Well, hello. Welcome. I'm so glad I made it in time. Like, I literally had 10 seconds before I had to hit the go live button as I sit down. Well, I see Suburban Hillbillies in here. She says she's running some errands. Well, if you're back in time, you're back in time. Then we got Teresa. Hello. And we got Lisa and Rush Wind Mountain. And I sound like I was rushing. I'm sorry. But let me know in the description, yeah, in the live chat, if you can hear me and see me. Because I didn't test all that before I got on here. And Linda's on time for a change. And we got Dark Lord Mimic. Welcome. And Kelly and June. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last, but welcome from Alaska. I hope it's just as warm there as it is here. It's a overcast 56 degrees here in Pennsylvania. Well, hi, Kim. Nice to see you here. And we got Homestead in the Woods with Dee and Jamie's Country Living. Welcome. And Cindy. I forget what you won the other day. I'm not even going to try to think about it right now. But she won during September. And Ruby. And I'm from Mississippi. Is MS Mississippi? I'm sure it is. I was good in geography back in 5th grade, but now I'm a little rusty. Welcome. Everybody's saying hi. You won the towel. Yes, from Chicken Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. There we go. She has a tongue twister of a let me see if my microphone's loud enough for you. Well, it's Monday already. I feel like Saturday was just yesterday sometimes. Hey, Sassy from Washington, D.C. and Ruby Slippers. Welcome. It's raining? No, it's not raining here. Yeah, Kim, you live in my area, right? Or you live up some ways. Sometimes I see you posting on Facebook. Welcome, Mary Lou. You're from Pennsylvania, but you've been in Montana for the last 26 years. I bet that's a adjustment. And we got Elaine. Welcome. You're in the area. Okay. Yeah, it's not raining here, but it's cloudy enough too. Yeah, it's been cloudy for the last 3 hours maybe, but it was sunny all day. I don't think we need the rain. We have hay down. We did get an inch. Was it Saturday night? Yeah, it had it. No, it was Friday night because I stopped. You're 10 minutes from me. All right. So I guess it will rain here soon. Don't tell my husband. He's not gonna be happy. Because yeah. It's okay when the hay goes right down to rain on it, but after it's been dry a couple days, it's not good for it. Did it rain Saturday? I don't remember it raining Saturday, but then again, half the day I was in Adams County. You need the rain bad? We needed the rain like back in August and June. Not when we're trying to harvest corn and hay right now. But we'll take what we can get. Saturday morning. Oh yeah, it did rain over. Yeah, when we were waking up. It's been a blur this past week. Let me tell you, Kim, you should have came to the retreat. I'm telling you, we had fun. Like I spent one day making these bowl cozies that I have to mail out tomorrow. Aren't they beautiful? I think it took me at least 8 hours, but we'll get those out to our winners. And I finished 2 quilt tops there. I was going to show them to you, but I left them downstairs. Since I was running up the stairs to get here on time, I bought some squares, 20-inch, no, it's 12-inch squares. I bought 20 of them at the local Salvation Army sale. And I was like, these are beautiful. And for $20. You can't get that much fabric for $20. So I bought them. Didn't inspect them that much well. Then after I got them home, most of them were hand sewn together. And so, they weren't exactly perfect. Yes, Kim. Well, you follow the Quilt Club page, so I'll let you know. But you're definitely going to go to the show, right? The Quilt Club show. I wish I had time to go and show you guys our quilt show. Maybe I'll film it. I'm just so busy baking the same weekend, which is next weekend, that I don't get to participate that weekend. But I try to be active with the group the rest of the year. And then, so I took these Ohio stars that were in calico prints from the 80s. Hey, Don Raby. And I took them and offset them. And the background fabric was muslin. And I just happened to have a whole bunch of muslin. And so I alternated the 12-inch squares that are blank muslin with these offset Ohio stars. And so I made a quilt from that. And then I finally sewed the rows together of the quilt top that I sewed together at the April retreat. Yes, Jamie, smash that like button. That will help YouTube send it to more people that are subscribed to me and maybe people that aren't subscribed to me. Yes, I'm in Pennsylvania. Sight and Sound, I've been there once. What did we see? I think the birth of Christ. Yeah. We saw that. That is a beautiful place. And the restaurant that's down the hill from there, the Hershey Farms, that sadly burnt down back in March. Somebody was working on the roof and it caught on fire. Hey, Julie. And Honey J Badger, welcome in. And so they're rebuilding it. It's going to take millions of dollars to build this restaurant back up. It was a buffet type place. It was nice. The one time we got to go there. So my train of thought. So yeah, I think I had a productive week at the retreat, even though it took time from canning here. I have a bunch of pears that I need to do something with. Hold on, Raby. I was down there. I didn't go. I drove past there on Saturday. I hope you had a good time there. I love going to the National Apple Harvest Festival. Go every couple of years at least since I was a kid, since, it's right over the mountain from me in Gettysburg when I was growing up. That's a good time. It's a bunch of craft vendors and food, and they had pumpkin funnel cakes there. I remember. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. Hershey Farms that burnt down. Jamie, you can come here. I got at least 30 trays of pears. Hey, in the kitchen with Karen. Well, thanks for stopping in. I know I saw a video of yours the other day that looked good, but I forget what it was. What is the best way to clean my herbs before I dehydrate them? Hey, Jennifer. Oh, I will send you that information after we're done here, Jennifer. And speaking of which, one of the people that won one of the cookbooks, they told me that they wanted to give it to me. I hope that's okay. I felt bad for not wanting, you know what I'm saying. If somebody's going to gift you something, it's terrible to refuse it. But yes, thanks Jennifer again for donating your cookbooks. Yes, I water bath can pears. This time last week on Monday, I did steam can them. Hey, Tina. And Blessed and Bloom Homestead, welcome in. Well, thanks for hitting that like button. Oh, my piecing's coming along. It's just the quilting. I need to get something on the frame. Yeah, he was generous. John was. I'm looking forward to getting that cookbook from you. I really am. So, yeah, pears. They take 25 minutes in quarts and 20 minutes in pints to water bath them. Hey, Carlene. And the hard part for me is peeling them because we have kefir pears. They have to be perfectly ripe before you can start peeling them without any. Do not look at a gift horse in the mouth. Yes, Dark Lord Myth. Very interesting point there. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I just have to be blessed, right? So, yes, I work on one more than one quilt at a time. I don't know why I do that because I hate unfinished projects. Like, I have one quilt yet that it's in progress. I think I have one block done and I have 15 more to do in that quilt. Oh, that's the question. Thanks for reminding me. So, I think I have one more quilt that I need to finish into a top to quilt. Then I have um at least 5 quilts to quilt. And maybe I'll turn the camera on for that. So I know some people have been asking me to do that. Anyway, back to the herbs. The best way I think is just to soak them in the water and agitate them a little bit. Then I put mine through the salad spinner. I think having a salad spinner is very necessary to to get those herbs dry enough to put them in the dehydrator. And you don't want to get all the stuff like I think parsley, you have to get the leaves off and the basil. Hi, Virginia. Kimberly, I think there was somebody on Facebook looking for somebody to make a t-shirt quilt a while back. I think they are contacting the quilt club. There's so many people ask us to make stuff, but we want to work on our own stuff sometimes. Hey, Cyber. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome. You're from the Netherlands, I believe, or Dutch, if I remember right. I wish we could put the spoon set and the cutting board in my merch store. Hey, Lulu. I almost wanted to tell them send one to me, but I'm pretty sure they already did. All right, Kim, I will send them your way because it seems like you do a lot of quilting. I wonder if you even eat, Kim. That's how much this woman sews. It just baffles me. Oh, you're from Florida. I'm sorry, I got you mixed up with somebody else. Yeah, I have access to a freeze dryer because my husband doesn't want us buying one because he grew up on too much camp food, which I guess was freeze dried. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, you broke your good machine. I'm not even going to ask you, Ken, how many sewing machines you have. But anyway, so yeah, I speaking of why I was like right on time, I was cutting up my bell peppers, what was left in the garden here, and getting those diced up to put in the dehydrator. What's free time? I think I get confused with free time and time being motivated. I think those are the few things that I have problems with. It's just getting going in the morning. I don't drink coffee because I have a problem with caffeine. I'm highly sensitive to caffeine, even decaf. I'm terrible. You don't blame him? Yeah. His mom took him everywhere. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Good to see you in here. So yeah, I keep on trying to convince him that having a freeze dryer would save us on having would save freezer space by having if we freeze dried our colostrum that we have extra from the cows. And that way, when there's a cow that comes fresh with a newborn, you know, bull calf or a heifer calf, that we can easily just rehydrate that colostrum and feed that calf. But no, he insists on putting it in juice bottles and putting it in the freezer for that time. Because my freezer space is a high end real estate, along with my canning shelves. But if you have access to a freeze dryer, go ahead and try it. But I'm not sure if I really care for freeze dried chives. I don't know. I know I've freeze dried onions, and I'm not in love with those yet, but maybe I'll work on it. I do like freeze dried cheese. I figured out how to reconstitute it and actually let it sit in the refrigerator for a day or two. But then it's only good for 7 days after that. Yeah, free time. That's why we're here, right? We have time. I have, speaking of sewing machines, I have the one that my husband bought me for our 1 year anniversary of dating. It's a baby lock. Then somebody gave me, a lady from the quilt club, and after that she stopped showing up, but she gave me a Janome that was more expensive than the one that my husband gave me. And I'm like, huh? But I don't like the 1/4 inch seam on that one. I have to figure out how to adjust it or something. So those are my 2 domestics. Yeah, I was thinking about dicing up the peppers while I was talking to you, are peeling pears. So I'm thinking making pear sauce after I get off here. I've usually put fresh ginger in it, but maybe I'll just skip the ginger and also put vanilla in it. So maybe I'll just make it like applesauce. Your baby lock broke. We'll take it to Sewing Solutions. I highly recommend him. And he didn't pay me to say that either. I'll keep my comments about other people to myself. For YouTube doesn't need to know my thoughts on that. You need a featherweight. Almost everybody in my quilt club has a featherweight but me. But I do have my grandmother's singer from 1941, and it's in a wooden table, and you have to put your knee on the pedal for it to run. I don't think it's run in 20 years, but I might have to take it in just so I have something just in case. You never know. But I do try to take care of my sewing machine. I even tear it apart and clean it. I have no anxiety about that. You made pear jelly and pear butter. I wish with my pears that I have, I could do pear butter. I tried it and it was just too grainy. My pears they're antique. Let me just tell you that. These trees are just, they haven't gone through, survival of the fittest. They've been there over 100 years. 15 hours a day. Yeah, my back's been killing me. That's what's slowing me down lately. I tripped over a rock in the dark out in my porch, and my back's hurt ever since. Hey, Abby and Linda, welcome in. And Tiffany, welcome. So, yes, Friday. Yeah, I didn't talk about what I did Friday. I just did errands, get ready for my bake sale. Renee over at Pike Creek Farm loves pear preserves. Maybe. Oh wait, if I had time. Oh, say the herbs. Yeah, I don't know Lone Mountain Ranch. I've met Becky. Yeah, I'm doing all right, Linda. I'm just I'm just overwhelmed. I have been to both of the quilt shows in Lancaster when they were at the same time, but now they quit one. I was been to the one in Hershey, but that lady passed away, and I did not realize she was from my hometown. You have your grandmother's sewing machine from the 30s. Wow. One of our old you have brother machines. And my one of my husband's old employees bought me a Singer at an auction for $25. That was a treadle. My mother-in-law needs to help me remodel it. She got a couple that she remodeled herself because she's that talented. My mother-in-law's going to Lancaster tomorrow. Jamie. She didn't invite me, and I wasn't about to invite myself. So somebody else invited themselves, and so she's going with her. So I'm just like, yeah, I don't have time right now. The next 2 weeks are going to be hectic. And last Saturday, we drove to Adams County to buy a new to us piece of farm equipment. It picks up the bales in the field, and then it backs into the shed, and you drop off the stack of bales. It's pretty interesting. I should make a video on it someday. Hello, you're a foodie guy, but you love your Mennonite lifestyle. Well, thank you. And everybody's saying hi. So that was an interesting trip because my husband was trying to get some parts for our robots that milk the cows on the way, but no one was picking up their phone so we can order the parts. That was frustrating. I was like, Howard, can I stop and get some apples for my apple dumplings I want to make for this bake sale? He's like, yeah. So I didn't get home till 4 o'clock that day and had to decompress and get ready for Soup Timbers giveaway. Then it was time to make supper, and that day was gone. So, yeah, so hopefully I'll get some time tomorrow to put a video together for you. I know I have my ketchup filmed, but I think ketchup is worthwhile as long as you have my husband's pot stirrer. Because any other way, I don't know if I would have the drive now to make it. But he loves the taste of it, so it's worthwhile, right? Bye, Don Raby. Hope you have a good night. So what's everybody having for supper? I'm still on the fence. I got apple dumplings. Yes. So yeah, but my video on apple dumplings is actually trending right now. You have a dozen singers. Wow. That's great. A venison roast. Yeah, we don't have venison in our house. We have one jar of canned venison just because one of our former employees asked me if I wanted some, and I only wanted to can it to put in the fair. That's not terrible. Oh. Homemade pizza, cheeseburgers and fries. I teased my husband last night. I'm like, oh, we can make mushroom Swiss burgers because I had just got Swiss cheese from a Mennonite store and I have canned mushrooms. And he's like, but I was in the mood for a hamburger. I thought it would make a better meal tonight. Egg sandwiches. Oh, I love cottage cheese, especially with my apple pear relish, cranberry relish that I have a video on. And I guess I don't have any mods in here tonight that can put that video up. I need to make that soon here too. I just love canning that and eating that. I can eat a pint of that myself if nothing else matters with cottage cheese. So we're having fried fish and mashed potatoes, chicken curry, shrimp. I'm going to Cindy's house for shrimp. I need to rip the Band-Aid off and just make some curry. I hear a lot of people talk about it, but I just never Dark Lord Myth, are you having an ad? I love YouTube. Tuna casserole and garlic toast and salad. That sounds amazing. How many cows do we have? We milk 100, and we have 2 on the bottle, 2 Jersey calves, and how many other I feed in the morning? I There's 5, 5, and 1, so that's 11. So we have 11 bucket calves right now, and then there's a few dry cows that are between, the age of 1 and 2. So, and we have mostly Jersey cows, and then we have Holsteins, and then crosses, of course. Hi, Huga. CV. Welcome in. So, I have a recipe for pumpkin roll. Yeah, pumpkin roll. I do have a roll, pumpkin roll. Wow. That was what I was trying to think there, but I have a recipe for cinnamon rolls that have pumpkin in them. Would you guys be interested in seeing a video on that? And some people put caramel on pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I don't understand. I think baby calves or Jersey calves are cute because I'm thinking about making them for the bake sale, but I don't know what kind of icing to put on them. Maybe just a glaze. And then there's my cinnamon rolls with maple frosting and cleanser bacon on top. I get told if I don't make enough, I hear about it. Kim, I have my apple dumpling video. I think that dough works wonderful. It's from a Mennonite cookbook. Cream cheese icing. Yeah, maybe that'll work this year. I try to stay away from cream cheese icing when the temperatures are like 80 degrees, you know, since I have to set my goods outside and for my bake sale. Well, that's interesting. I'll have to look that up. So, yeah, I have so many ideas of what to make, and I'm only one person. I'm gonna have a 13-year-old girl helping me, but still, I can only make so much. That's the problem. But and tomorrow we're having a scheduled electrical blackout from 12 to 3 because they're working on it, working on the electric somewhere. So I can't bake during that time. So I might just edit my videos. And so besides that, I'll be baking on Wednesday and Thursday. Then Friday and Saturday, we're going to go to Homesteaders America conference where I'll get to meet Tina from Life at Piedmont Homestead. And tomorrow at L&H Homestead. Oh, yeah, I need to make those sometime too. The pumpkin roll whoopie pies. Yeah, I need Linda, I know you can help me eat them. Oh, it's yeah, that's a problem. I need help eating them. I need taste testers. Anybody want to come help watch me do them and taste test them? So I'm gonna sell the cinnamon rolls individually and then sell pans of them. And the whoopie pies, I was thinking about doing like a special. If you buy 12, you get the third one or the 13th one free. And I can't sell pumpkin rolls there because the lady that I do my bake sale with, she's famous for her pumpkin rolls. So that'd be like me going to, yeah, it's yeah, not worth my time. I know, Tina. I was half tempted to ask you when you called me today. I was like, no, I can't. I'm sure you'll be making whoopie pies, Kim. I think I'm gonna make shoe fly pie whoopie pies tomorrow, or get them started, and need to work on my oatmeal. Hey, Mike, MB Heritage Farms, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. And I just want to say thank you to everybody that's in here supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Some days I'm just like, why do I want to continue, doing YouTube? Some days just because it just takes a lot of time. And people that don't make videos don't realize how much work it is. Like, I do a lot of work with my editing, and my husband's like, why does it take you 8 hours to edit? Huh, that's good to know. So I just want to publicly thank you all for being here. And some of the comments are wearing me down. Like, there was somebody commented on my canning beef video that water has no flavor. That's what they said. Water has no flavor. I just said okay. Like, did they just like put half a thought there? I'm like, what's their point? Like, I think I understood it, but why put that in a comment? I'm doing me. That's what I'm here doing. I'm doing me. And if they want to be rude, they can just go on. You can email me. That's not a problem. Yeah, MennoniteFarmhouse.com. Never forget.com. MennoniteFarmhouse at gmail.com. Thanks, Mike. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking. Like, I think I do overthink things. All right. You want me to cook? Yeah, I need to start cooking during my lives. Hey, Rebecca. Good to see you here. Yeah, if you don't like to edit videos, don't even bother. No, I'm just kidding. It, maybe I work. Maybe I just don't do it smart enough. You know what I mean? You're feeding the baby goats. Aw. Well, I feel like I'm only doing 2 or 3 a month now. That's my problem. Like, I was just telling Tina, I filmed 4 crockpot videos or, meals for this Crocktober video that was supposed to be up last night, and I didn't get it edited or put together because I just wanted to help my husband with our deck that he's building me because I've been like on him about it for like years. Well, that's nice. I'm glad you guys are talking. That's trade paint. Welcome, Oklahoma. Hey, I think the sun's trying to get in my eyes now. All of a sudden, you did 2 and 3 days crockpot meals. Hey, Teresa. Oh, you said hi earlier before we started. Okay, that makes sense because I thought you were here the whole time. Wow, look at that light. The sun just popping in. Late to the party. So, yeah, after I get done with the next 2 weeks, hopefully I can make videos while I'm cooking. The filming just makes it longer. But anyway, I want to do an old fashioned recipe for potato rolls from our homegrown potatoes. Get you ready for Thanksgiving. And I also want to try potato filling, which is a Pennsylvania Dutch recipe that my parents never made, but it sounds amazing because it's just mashed potatoes with lots of butter and bread filling, and you bake that as one. So I want to try that. Oh, I am. I don't try to think myself as a superwoman. I just, yeah, I think I'm just a regular person. No, hi, Patty. You know, I just like to cook from scratch, and sometimes that's overwhelming. Well, welcome in. Yeah, make sure you're hitting that like button. Thumbs up. Do you make, let's see, can you explain what that might be? Because I might, and just, hey, Hirschbergers. I wanted to tell the Hirschbergers, they just found me through Huddle House and or Will Holla that are one of my church sisters. She was a Hirschberger, and that name is, I don't know if it's popular, but I just know some people that are Hirschbergers. All right. Yeah, well, I'll definitely make potato rolls. My great aunt, she's known for her potato rolls, but only the bloodline, her bloodline was allowed to have the recipe. Like she would take this bake potato rolls every Wednesday to the farmers market, and that bloodline says they won't give up the recipe because it's their family recipe. So anybody that's related, yeah, we're not good enough, I guess. Like my dad told me that the potato rolls that I made, it wasn't it. So there's a secret ingredient, and I can't get my cousins to crack. But my nephew just happens to be the step grandson of, yeah, it's confusing. My cousins are my nephews. Yeah, my brother my brother married a stepdaughter of his cousin. Yep, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, it's just so hard to have a family recipe that you can't have. Potatoes with flour, whipped cream. Let's see, called. I'll have to write that down. Because my husband's part Irish, so he would love potatoes any way he can get them. All right, Virginia. I'm sure you've had potato filling since you're from this area. Huh. Well, I've made potato pancakes with with potatoes and flour and egg and onion and parsley. Hey, Cindy, welcome. So, so I guess we're having hamburgers. It wouldn't be right to my husband if I told him mushrooms burgers last night and not made them tonight, huh? Your aunt's apple cake. Huh. One of my church sisters, we had a fellowship meal yesterday because we had revivals last week. And one lady made an apple cake that was in a bun can, and no one had a piece. So I felt bad. So I took a piece, and it was like the most moist and delicious apple cake I've ever had. I might ask her for the recipe. If you've been around my channel long enough or been with me since the beginning, she's the one that makes the soap. Well, the Mennonite way, I guess, is just believing and following Jesus Christ and being plain with your words and just living your life for God, I guess. And at least that's the most I can say about it. I had, speaking of comments in my videos, I had somebody say I couldn't be Mennonite because I had a car in my driveway and electric in my house, and I was on YouTube. I couldn't be Mennonite for those reasons. You speak Dutch? I I know very little. I just know S and Goot. Oh, and nah, but I knew, I probably know more than I think I know, but that's what I can speak. And S and Goot means eat good. And exactly, suburban hillbilly. They just I was this I I was polite in my comment. At least I think I was. I just said you're confusing me for who you expect me you think I am. And there's a lot of difference between Amish and Mennonite. And there's a lot of groups of Amish. Like there's there's a lot of different Mennonite or Amish groups out there that don't all drive the same horse and buggy. Like there's all different colors of their wagons, and even our coverings are different. Like Amish have like it looks like a heart in the back on their covering, and mine's just like oval. And there's different shapes of coverings for Mennonites too. Yeah, there's beachy Amish, and I know. Hey, Remy, family farm, welcome. Yeah, there's so many differences that people that barely know anything are just rude. I just have to bite my tongue sometimes, you know. Yeah, the Amish, they're allowed to ride in cars. I could have said, yeah, that's my driver's out there waiting on me. There's lots of rules about Mennonites. Like there's the old order Mennonite, which they're closer to being Amish than anybody, and they're really, really conservative. Like they wear black um co- coats and all that kind of stuff, and black shoes. In fact, one of the groups set up a church 2 miles from me last year, and they invited us to a hymn sing because they asked us to mow their yard for a while, and then at the hymn sing we were caught off guard because the women sat on one side and the men sat on the other. Oh, talk about nerves. Then I had to sit with the lady that's husband was in charge of the thing, and I felt like an outsider, even though I was still Mennonite. There was like 800 people there, and I was the only one besides my husband that wasn't the same group as Mennonites as they were. It felt so. It's like reverse. Um, what I mean. I felt like a minority. And yes, people don't realize that there's really, really conservative Mennonites and there's really liberal Mennonites that don't even wear a plain dress or plain shirt. Like my husband, he just wears t-shirts and jeans. And there is the pastor of a local Mennonite church here in our area. He's like 60 years old and he wears a white beater t-shirt just to show off his his arms. To me, that's not very biblical. And when somebody told me that he's the pastor of a Mennonite church, I'm like, there's no way. So, yes, there are many different types of Mennonites and Amish. Well, thanks, Cindy. Um, some have black yeah, some Mennonites don't even have radios in their car because they don't want to be listen to the worldly stuff. Hey, ghetto, how are you? I hope I'm saying that right. Well, thanks, Teresa. I'm glad we've had this talk. I feel better. Oh, but yeah, some people are just rude in my comment. One of my best friends in high school was Mennonite. And I think some people just don't realize. Mennonites are human too, or just like still are in the same world. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, I like we're human too, you know? Huh. I wish I got their names. The preacher that came from to our revivals last week, he was from Wisconsin, but I didn't even catch his name because we only went Friday night and Sunday. Yeah, we're all God's children. You're right. Eat good. Well, thanks, Jamie. Hillbillies and Midnight Lives Matter. Yes. Oh, so well. Speaking of religion, I don't know much about what happened in Israel, but we definitely need to be praying for those people. I just heard that I read somewhere 300 people lost their lives, and it's not good from what I hear. So, oh, your grandmother was Mennonite, and I guess your grandparents were. That's cool. Yeah, because yeah, when they were saying pray for Israel in my September, I was like, what are you guys talking about? Then I found out, I was like, oh no, that's just terrible. People informed about the Amish and Mennonite and other cultures can be confusing. I know. I need to have patience when people ask me if I'm Amish. It happens. Oh, that's why I don't like listening to news or watching it. I'm thankful that I don't watch TV or newscasts. I just don't, and I think it's mostly for that reason because it's mostly just depressing stuff. Or you know, I've been taught if it bleeds, it leads. 700 people. I hope the Yeah, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, I'm not trying to cry. Yep. Yeah, well, we'll just have to take one day at a time. That's what I do. And just, I really do. I just take one day at a time. Well, hello, Robin. Welcome in. I think they're reporting 1100 now. Yeah, that fight along is it the Wailing Wall? My, hey, Brooke, cowgirl, welcome in. Like the Holy Wars were like what, since the time of Jesus Christ, I believe. So it's sad. I guess we'll have to pray about it. Oh, Tracy, you got a commercial. I just love YouTube. They they have this new thing starting November 1st that you don't have to worry about where your ads are placed, but they have an option where you can just click on and have YouTube determine where your ads are. So I guess I don't have to. Maybe I should worry about it. Westwall is now called. Well, thanks, Linda. I hate to be wrong. The Wailing Wall is the middle of the Gaza Strip. All right. Well, thank you for informing me because, I feel like I should know some things, but, I don't need to know it all, you know? Hmm. So, All right, we need to talk about something else. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the HOA conference. I know that the Shrivers are going. I think Constance is going. And Cassandra's speaking. I look forward to seeing her talk and talk about quilts. Rebecca, you weren't here earlier. We were talking about what I did at the retreat. I wish I filmed some of the retreat, but I was just happy sewing that I was just like, I just don't want to, go up to all my friends and say, hey, you want to show me what you're doing? Even though I am the social media director of the quilt club. So, oh, well, that's good to know. I'll have to look that up, even though I'm taking Miriam and she probably needs to get back for work too. Sewing. So hopefully after my bake sale, I'll be definitely long arming some quilting. I have a queen size that I would like to get on the frame that I've been working on, 3 years now? I think it's blues and reds and there's pink in it. It's the Wyoming block. I think 25 of those, 15-inch squares. Then around the outside is log cabin, 8-inch or 6-inch blocks. I forget. But it's a queen size quilt. So it's been a work in progress for a while. I would like to put it on my bed, but then I'm thinking I have cats. I You'll have to rewatch. Oh, I think it'll be all right. But yeah, I was talking about how I finished 2 quilt tops that I've been wanting to do. Hey, you can show up with fabric, but you're in Georgia. That'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, I know. I should just put it on my bed. Are you doing any collabs this month? I am doing Croctober. I was originally supposed to have my video out today, but I switched with Renee. And so I'll be putting out my Croctober video next Monday. And I was trying to do Croctober that was yesterday, but I didn't get my video up. It is what it is. So now I have, footage for next week that I just need to put together sometime. And next month, I don't think I have anything lined up. Last year I did Dovember and Noodle November. I think Tony's mentioning about Noodle November, but I don't have anything inspirational except learning how to make egg noodles. I'm not an expert at it, but I think if you guys are willing to enjoy me learning how to do it, because I'm sure it's just more egg than usual for pasta. It can't be that hard, right? Pasta's not hard. So if you want to watch me do that, you flying to PA, you'll have to come to BWI. I think that's the closest airport that's decent, or Dulles. Then it would be another hour. Yeah, I'm sure egg noodles aren't hard. I mean, I do pot pie noodles and rivels, and I've done fettuccine already. I think what I get frustrated with is not enough flour after you get the noodles formed. Hey, Miss Ghetto. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Hey, Janet. I didn't see you come in. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, that the egg noodles are very close to slippery pot pie noodles. You have a quilt my mom gave me when it was made by her great great aunt. Wow. Yeah, you need to take good care of that. I've seen an old quilt that was handed down by someone. It was stuffed with, I forget. It wasn't, batting. It was stuffed with other things, and it was really unique. I forget how old. It was definitely pre-Civil War. I think they stuffed it with duck feathers or something. It was quite interesting. I don't think I'm gonna stuff mine with duck feathers anytime soon. Wow. So, so hopefully I'll have some fun things to tell you about next week when I go to come back from HOA and have time during my baking. Maybe I'll bake live. It might be more interesting than me just sitting here talking. But yeah, I'm glad we had this talk. I got some things off my chest here about how people have preconceived notions about Mennonites and how YouTube is just not a priority at the moment for me because I just don't have time. When we moved in, well, when we were modeling this house to move in it, it was built in 1904. My husband was throwing out, well, this was before we were even dating. He was throwing out canning jars into the woods. And I went and found one. I think it was the day he was trying to propose to me. I thought it was a kid in a candy store. He ended up not proposing to me that day because he had a sign in a certain spot, but my feet were too cold to get there, and he wasn't saying, "Hey, we gotta go to this spot." Uh, you gotta remember the little things. Well, Tina, I'll see you Friday. But yeah, I thought I was a kid in the candy store because I found this antique canning jar in this little thing. Yeah, I should be wrapping this up here shortly since we're almost at our hours as well. Yeah, I don't want to take too much. Do you understand what I'm saying, Xander? He he cut out of plywood this heart, shape of a heart, and he painted it and said, "Will you marry me?" on it. So we would have to hike up our hill here in the snow, and my shoes weren't that good quality. You've never got into quilting because I can't sew a straight line. There's ways around sewing a straight line. Like I have guidelines or tape on my thing to make sure I'm hitting it, and I make sure my hands. Butter churn from the 1800s. Wow. I'm sure you'll need to build a new room. Oh, it's a ribbon hillbilly. Well, folks, I guess I better get going here and dehydrate my peppers that I diced and get some pears done something with and make some pear sauce. I think I'll just make it with cinnamon and sugar. Stay safe and keep praying and just take one day at a time here. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.